Turn to a beast, eat your arteries. Deceasing opponents so properly. Unleashing the dark side, what got to me. We come to take this shit over. Foot on the gas, hit the motor. Switching my thoughts, I'm bipolar. I stare in the eyes of a cobra. Say you won't smoke, come get it. Come on, you wanna play dumb, I'm with it. I'm about to take over the city. I came with my committee gang with it. Came for the bag and the profit. Looking for the wave when we got it. Nigga, you ain't scared nobody. Bop, bop, that's a whole body. Bop. On the dark side, it can get cold, it's a cold case. In my right mind, I can ride till I roll race. Skeleton on my left wrist in the soul place. On my knees, thanking God that it got me through the pain.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Your boy Bucket Studios is back with another one. If you're new, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, because if you do subscribe, this video is gonna come true. Kelly Oubre will come to the New York Knicks if you subscribe. So make sure to do that right now. And in today's video, we're gonna be discussing Kelly Oubre from the Golden State Warriors possibly signing with the New York Knicks. Now, if you guys haven't checked out my Damian Lillard possibly heading into the New York Knicks video, I recommend you guys check it out right after this video. So I had some good takes on that video, so I recommend you guys check it out. And yeah, we're gonna get straight into this one, why Kelly Oubre might sign with the New York Knicks. So right now, Kelly Oubre is playing for the Golden State Warriors. And you guys know the Knicks every year usually will have rumors to sign somewhat decent role players or big market names like, you know, like LeBron James, James Harden, Kyrie Irving, you know, Kevin Durant, Westbrook, Dame Lillard, you know, all those players like that. Knicks always got to come out with the rumors, and most likely we don't end up with those guys. You know what I'm saying? We just don't end up. That's just our luck, man. We don't end up with those guys. It's just the way. It's just been the curse for New York. You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of getting KD, instead of getting Kyrie back in 2019, the same day the Knicks announced that we got Bobby Portis. I mean, come on now. And Taj Gibson. How do you go from losing Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving to like 30 minutes later saying that you signed Taj Gibson and Bobby Portis? I mean, that is just sad. I'm not saying they're bad, but I mean, let's compare, you know, comparing KD and Kyrie. Like, come on, that's a whole different level. But yeah, we're going to be talking about Kelly Oubre. That's not it for this topic. Right now, we're talking about Kelly Oubre Jr. from the Golden State Warriors. And I honestly could see him ended up as a Knick. I don't see him coming back to the Golden State Warriors. I think he was an alright fit. I just felt like they didn't give him that big chance. Like, I feel like he needs to be on a team that will actually give him that chance. And I feel like if he comes to New York off the bench, I feel like he could drop a solid like 16 points per game, because he is averaging about 15 points per game along with some rebounds and assists. So he's actually a pretty good player to have off your bench and a solid starter. So I feel like Kelly Oubre definitely has the potential. I'd always seen him as a top guy, like for, you know, a championship team. Not a top guy, but definitely someone that could make somewhat of an impact. Maybe be like a fourth or third option on a championship team. I just felt like he had that type of potential. Maybe even second. But he's definitely someone good, a good piece to have in your team. He's a good shooter. He could knock down the three. He could drive in the paint. He could dunk. Like, he got a lot of arsenals in his game. And I feel like his game is good enough to have in New York. You know, get that Elfrid Payton out of there. You know, get all those players out of there. We need someone like Kelly Oubre Jr. And I feel like he will average more points as a Knick. Every solid role player that comes to the Knicks always averages more. Look at a guy like Morris Sr. I mean, wasn't he balling for New York last year, averaging like 20-plus points per game? Emmanuel Moody was our main guy to end the season of 2018. Like, you know, all these role players that come to New York that averages, let's just say, around like 5 to 10 points per game, averages 15-plus points per game as a New York Knick. And that's because we give him the chance, they give him the spotlight, you know what I'm saying? And they just end up becoming that good because not a lot of teams will give you the spotlight. And I can agree over in Golden State side, now that they're getting Klay Thompson back and you already got Draymond Green, Curry, you know, all those other stars, it's going to be hard for anybody else on that team to get his shine. So that's one thing that I will say, that Kelly Oubre should just leave Golden State. I feel like he will be fine in Golden State, but for him to become somewhat of a better player and a top guy or someone to be taken seriously. He definitely needs to go to a lower seeded team and just bring in, you know, more arsenals to his game, show off more, and just ball off. And I feel like in New York, they will give him that perfect opportunity. So I would love to have Kelly Oubre Jr. at his team. If we had to make a trade, if you ask me what trade, I would trade him for maybe some picks. I think we'll give away some picks because we already have some young talent. You know, you could give him like Taj Gibson and like a pick. I think that would be solid, or like a Noel. Even though I like Noel, but if you told me to pick Noel or Kelly Oubre, I would probably say Kelly Oubre. So yeah, man, I'd rather do those trades. Maybe like Noel and like a second round and first round pick. Now, I would just say like maybe like 2 second-round picks and Ernest Noel will be a fair enough deal for the Golden State, because I feel like Golden State could use another center. I feel like they need a desperate center in Golden State, and I feel like Noel will be that perfect option, man. I love Noel and everything, but if we had to pick him or Kelly Oubre, I want more shooting. We already have Taj Gibson, and we're getting Mitchell Robinson back, so we really don't need another center for now. Kelly Oubre will definitely be a good piece. And, you know, he's actually pretty big, too. He's over 6 feet. So, you know, he can capitalize, give us some bounds and everything. You know, he could be a good threat. And I feel like he's just an overall solid player to have on your team. And New York will capitalize off that and give him a chance. And I feel like he will shine in New York and actually have a pretty good season. You know, that's just what I feel like they should have done with Austin Rivers. I feel like he would have been the same thing. We gave him the chance. He was balling out, but we traded him. Hopefully they don't do the same, because that's usually what they do with the New York Knicks. They just end up letting them go or trading them after the good season they had going to the other season. They just trade them or give them away, which I don't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. Like, why would you trade Morris last year? For who? More Harkless and a pick? I mean, come on now. I heard they were going to give Terrence Mann in that deal, man. That would have been dope. I like Terrence Mann. That man is balling right now. He's balling over there in the Los Angeles Clippers. But yeah, back to this topic, man. Kelly Oubre, if he does good and everything, we should just keep him. I don't want no excuse that they're letting him go or whatever by the end of like next season. You know, we don't want that. New York don't want that. New York stand up. We don't want that. But yeah, honestly, I would love to have Kelly Oubre on my team. What do you guys think? Would you guys love to have Kelly Oubre? Let me know in the comment section below. And this was just my video talking about him heading possibly to the New York Knicks. I definitely would love that to see that happen. And we'll see if it does. If it does, I'll let you guys know. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Them blue strip honeys, I can't get enough. Them blue strip honeys, all these women, I can't get enough. Taking trips across the country, I can't get enough. Give me go life, I want